Hi, this is Donna Marie from DonnaMarieVintage, and you can find me, my shop, at DonnaMarieVintage at Etsy.com. I just wanted to make a little haul video because of all the cool things I've been getting lately. I thought some of you might be interested in seeing some of the items that I've recently gotten. One of the items is a square, and this is really cute. It's a square silk scarf. Some of the hearts are red, some of the hearts are white on it, kind of a reverse. And it's a beautiful little square. And this is by Chelsea Campbell. It's a really nice little scarf. Another one that I got is this one, red, white, and blue. I don't find that red, white, and blue is something that people are really loving from me, but I kind of love it. There was a time in the 70s when this was very fashionable. And there you can see the Vera on it. So it is a Vera scarf, and it's just great. I think that one is really nice. Okay. This one is just a silk square. I got it. I'm not really sure about it. I kind of like the colors are a little different. I just love these little old hand-rolled. Let me see if I can get it on focus. The hand-rolled hem there. They really were quite nice. So I have this one. I just have to check it over, make sure there's no holes, no problems with it whatsoever. I also got this great old polyester scarf, and I just adore the print on it. I don't know if it was made at home or what the story is with it. It's very well made, so I doubt it. But I just adore the print on it. It's so mod, so groovy, 60s, 70s look. I also have this silk scarf. As you can see, it's just really lovely from the light. Okay, this one still has its tag. So it was never really ever used. And it's from Bloomingdale's. It's 100% silk on its tag. And there it's Bloomingdale's, but made in China. I'm thinking probably it's 80s or 90s. So we got a good mix here of older things and vintage things and even older than that things. This I am in just total love. This is a cherry skin, and the thing about this is just the colors are amazing on it. And the great thing too is that you can just see this kind of like look that the artists were doing back then. I won't mention any famous names. I don't want to get banned or anything. So there's a couple, very like 2001 looking. There's even a band on this scarf. I just adore this scarf, but I will list it. I don't know, maybe I need to just be with it and love it for a while longer. This is a pillowcase cover. Absolutely crazy beautiful. These kind of things, I don't know if they were in the 30s or the 20s or 50s. I'll have to do a little more research, but it's absolutely great. Let me just try to catch you in on that. It says Atlantic City on it, and it has the convention hall, the steel pier boardwalk. It's got a lovely little poem, Sweetheart. When I first saw this, I thought, well, maybe this is a reproduction with the girls with the old swimsuits on. But what I found out is that actually these are very old. This one was just never used. The fringe is perfect on it. And on the ones that I've seen listed online, the fringe is all torn up on them and just frayed and old looking. So I just believe this one has not been used. So it's a simple little pocket, And there's just a little cloth back on it. And I think these things are kind of sold as souvenirs. But I think it would be great for home decor for today. I just think that would be outstanding. Okay, let me just go on to another thing that I found, which is really kind of great. It's a washboard. So these I love to sell. I think they make a great decor for a laundry room. I think you could even put like kind of a string of lights around them. But I've never found one with the graphics in this great condition. It does have the rust, which is great because you can see it's vintage. It's not, I mean, I see sometimes reproductions and they look so bad. And of course they don't have these kinds of graphics because they can't use the real names, because that would be a copyright infringement. Even the back of this one, you can see some metal rust there. But again, the graphics are in great condition. So this one's really nice condition. I don't believe it was ever used because usually the graphics are just all wet. Look like they've gotten wet and worn away and whatever because somebody has actually used the washboard. So this one is supposed to be a little travel size one. It's not as big as some of the bigger ones. I also have one of the most fascinating, crazy pieces. This is a 1920s veil. As you can see, part of the problem with it is there's lots of yellowing around the elastic. It's so old. I believe there might have been some kind of a flower or something in the middle of the ribbons on either side. Somebody lovingly kept this for all that time. So you can see the veil. I'm going to steam it. There are a couple holes in it, but considering the age of this piece, it's an antique. Considering it survived is just like crazy amazing to me. I also want to show you, before I forget, these great gloves. These gloves were from Bamberger's, which was a part of the Macy's chain, and they're really old because they have the ticket on them. They were never worn, and the ticket has the hole punch. It doesn't even have the barcode on it. So here you can see it explains what they are, how they're washable leather, and how to wash them. So that's quite interesting to me. I don't know why you would need to wash your leather, but I guess back then they were paying quite a bit of money, although it doesn't seem like $6 is a lot today. For back then, that was probably quite a bit of money. So you can see on it, though, there's great embroidery going down them, and they are longer. They're not really short gloves. So I just sold a pair of black ones that were like that, made in Italy. So I'm interested to list those and see what happens. So I also have this bag. I've had it around for a while. I keep it. I kind of like it, but I wanted to show it to you. It's a block bag. There is some wear and tear on the leather, but it's a blue-gray leather, and the original hardware is really nice. Just a tiny bit of wear there, but I do use it. I love it. It's really nice, and inside there's a nice little pocket, really nicely done, with another side is a zipper. Okay. So now, let me just show you a couple hats I have. So I have this unbelievable 1950s wedding crown. I love it. It needs some repair. It's missing a few of these, and you can see by the color, they're ABs. They're Aurora Borealis, where they took a crystal and they actually put a metallic finish over it. You can see there's a dangle crystal going on up there with the old hardware. So it just simply sits on the head. And I will, oh, there goes a little tiny thing from it. I will restore it and make sure that everything is back to normal on it. I may add a veil. I don't know. It's just so beautiful. I think it really should be loved by someone that can use it for their wedding. These are a conglomeration of 3 different hats. You might say, well, why do you have 3 of the same hat? It's because I fell in love. I got one, and I realized it was missing or some of its feathers. So I wound up, I saw another and got that as well, because I said I could make one good hat out of these 3, because there's something crazy about it. As you can see, it was just affixed with bobby pins. But this one actually even has a net attached to it. So I want to just try my hand at that and see what I can do, because it's just so unusual. I haven't seen one like that around very much. It took me a long time to actually collect 3, and I haven't seen any others since. Okay, I have this little sweet one. It's black velvet bows, and it's got a really lovely net with it. But as you can see, there's a couple holes in the net. It does have these little fuzzies, which they're so cute. But it does have a couple holes. So I did buy some netting, and I want to try to restore it because I think it would be really nice. And I don't think people really want holes in the netting. They're not going to wear it. I have this one as well. It's a little wool one. Really cute. It's got some decorations on it. It needs to be clean. I have steamed it, but I'm just going to clean it a little more. But I think I'm going to keep it. I just have some love of this one. And here's its original tag, velour, and it's wool. And it was made, of course, by Union. So it has the Union tag. So that means that it was made in the USA. And that's an older, probably 60s, maybe 60s, I would think it might be. Okay, so I also have this really nice red one. The red color does not come out on my phone very well, but it's wool. It has a black velvet band, and it has a big hat pin in the back, just for decoration. And this one was for Neiman Marcus, so it's a really nice hat, and it's in fabulous condition, as you can see. I have steamed it. I like to steam them. Just kind of cleans them and gets them ready to be sold. Now I want to go over some jewelry for the jewelry lovers. I got these. I really think they're cute. And honestly, I just want to keep them. There's a couple of the beads need some color to them. It's a little lighter, as you can see there. But I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet. I can't date them, so that's kind of difficult. And I need it to be vintage. And as you can see, some of my things are even antique that I put up on Etsy. This is a Hobe clasp. Really unusual. There's a Hobe piece of jewelry, I should say, the whole strand. But as you can see, unusual old heavy brass closure. But as you can also see, it needs to be restrung. Let me make that clear. The strands kind of get, it stretches out the string. So it does need to be restrung. Not quite happy with the way it was strung originally. It's just got one little bead there and was just tied on. So I have to see what I'm going to do with that one. That one's been in my collection now, so I have another that needs repair. Let me see if I can get this one set up so that you can see it. This is a bracelet that I found, and I happened to find this part, and then I found the other part. And when I found that, I said, wow, I can fix this. So I've been waiting, and every time I find jump rings, the gauge on this is just a little bit heavier than what would be on regular jump rings. So I was saying, gee, what am I going to do? So I've been kind of waiting to see what I'm going to do with this. Meanwhile, I tested it and found out it is sterling silver, but it is not marked because some of the older pieces aren't. How can you tell it's an older piece? Just look at the clasp. You can see it doesn't have that little knob sticking out, which is on the newer pieces. So that's an older style piece. This is just a fun little thing right here. And it's from the Metropolitan Museum of Art when they had the King Tut exhibit. And it says 1976. That's how I know when it was from. So that's what that's about. But just a fun little charm. And it'll be easy to list and fun to put up. Okay. I also got this little cute I'm just trying to make sure it's in the picture. It's a little pine cone with 4 little blue rhinestones, brooch, really cute. When I turned it over, I found out it's sterling silver, and I did test it, and it does also have a name on it. So I'm trying to see if I can get it to show you, but it says MFA and 925. And it cost me $2, and I think it was real pretty. I like the pine cones on it. So I got that one. I also got a Niello bracelet. So I find Niello from time to time. It's really beautiful. And you can see the black birds on this one are just really sweet. It even has a safety chain. So it's a nice bracelet. The back is in great condition. It's in great condition. Has a really nice clasp. So that one will go up shortly. I also have these. I've done a YouTube video on these, on how to clean the backs. And they are pink and white glass beads. Really cute, half and half. And as you can see, the backs were cleaned. So it's in a lot better condition than what we originally had them, how they were. So that'll be ready to get listed. I found 2 pairs of Bakelite earrings. I mean, I'm to the point where I can pretty much just tell if they're Bakelite just by looking at them. So these, you can just tell by the carving of them. So these are green. They're just so beautiful. They're like flowers with a little red center, which I'm just in love with those. They're screwbacks, of course, because they are old. You can also kind of tell the carving on the backs a lot of times. But I did test them with semi-chrome, which is the way you can test them. And if you take a little on a Q-tip or a cotton swab and you just test them and you get yellow on it, then you know that it's indeed Bakelite. So there's another one, carved little black flower. Again, it is the screw back. Can be converted to pierced if somebody was interested in wearing them. If not, they could just keep them in their collection. From the same estate sale, I also have this. It's just a little Cleopatra head that's sterling silver. It was reasonably priced. It was $3. I liked it. I was thinking about using it on my charm bracelet. I'm not quite sure, though. It's made for more of a pendant. And if I put another jump ring on it, I'm not sure, it might be a little bit too long. So I'll have to decide on that. I also got this really nice sterling silver cross at the thrift shop. You can see it's dirty. It needs to be cleaned. There's a lot of tarnish on it. But it does say that it is sterling on the back. It says 925 or sterling somewhere. I can't see it right now. And I have tested it already, so I know that it's sterling, and it's really nice. I also have a brooch. When I got this brooch, I bought it as a custom jewelry piece, and I thought this is really pretty. I really like it. I cleaned it up. It had a tiny bit of tarnish. Gold does tarnish. I have proof of that. I've seen it. I mean, on older pieces, naturally. So I was looking at these stones, and I said, I'm not really sure these stones look like they're real rubies, and it looks like it's real emeralds. There's 3 emeralds. It looks like real jade. There's 2, 3 rubies. It looks like real pearls. It looks like real turquoise. I said, you know, you can't read the hallmark on the back because from wearing, it's kind of worn off, and you can't really see it. Wish it would just focus a little better, but you're not going to see it anyway. I can't make it out. So anyway, I have tested it. It's 14 karat gold. I have taken it to a jeweler, and he has said that the stones are real in it. So I don't know what to do with it. I love it. It's such a precious piece. I'm not really sure what's going to happen with it yet. So here's some other things I found thrifting at the thrift shop. These are sterling silver earrings. The problem with them, again, they are screwbacks, and screwbacks don't work for many people because they pinch your ears, and you can't really blame them. So since they are sterling, I'm thinking about, well, first of all, cleaning them up and then converting them to posts, because there is a really pretty, I think it's lapis lazuli stone in here. And you can see it's got a beautiful color. They're well matched. So, I don't know. I don't know yet what will happen with those. I also had some screwback earrings, which I've already taken apart. I'm in love with these flowers. They are sterling, and they're like little pansies. So they do say sterling on the back. I have cleaned them up. They probably could use a little bit more cleaning. I'm not really sure yet, but I'm thinking about maybe making them into bracelets. Not sure. I also got some little tidbits. This is one, and these little rhinestone buttons as well. This one tests to gold, so I'll have to go see what's going on with that. It probably was a part of some other jewelry, not really sure, but we'll find out. Just loving these little rhinestone buttons though. So this will be maybe incorporated into some piece. Not really sure what I'm going to do with it yet. As well as this little piece, which it's just one cufflink, but just love the design on it. Let me just show you up close. The design is just beautiful. And this little cross as well. It has some, oh, sorry about that. It has some marcasite in it and mother of pearl, and it is sterling as well. So, some good things. But the one thing that I really wanted to talk to you about today, which is the most fascinating thing known to man, which I don't know what I'll do. I'm probably going to have to go to an auction house and get it appraised, is this brooch here. So I picked up this brooch, and I really didn't even, I was considering, well, will it sell? I don't know. It's not very big, or, you know, I don't know. It's kind of funky a little bit, and I'm like, I don't know. It's very old. You can tell because of the clasp. It's just a simple C clasp there. And so I looked at this, and I started to say, it really looks like real pearls, and there are real pearls in it. And I'm starting to look at the stone, saying, well, maybe that's really a sapphire or something. I'm not quite sure. And I noticed, well, there's also a little, tiny little loop there. I don't know if it's for stringing it on as a pendant. A lot of these were convertible pendants. And then the other thing is, which I can't get it to focus well, is there's a little hallmark in there. So I started looking at the hallmark and couldn't really figure out what was going on with it. But the more I looked at it, the more I was convinced that it has kind of a scrolly L, and it has a C, and it has a T. So I had no idea what an LCT could be, and I started researching it. And as I researched, the only thing I could come up with was Louis Comfort Tiffany. He did make jewelry. It also listed that Tiffany was using the little freshwater pearls and sapphires from Montana. So it's still a mystery to me. I did test it. It's 10 karat gold, so it is real gold. We know there's real pearls in it. I still have to take it to the jeweler about the stone, and then we'll see about that. So possibly this is a lovely piece, and I got it for 50 cents. We'll see what happens with it and what I can find out about it. I may have to take it somewhere and get it appraised. Well, that completes all the things that I've recently gotten, and I hope you enjoyed my video. Thanks for watching, and come and visit me at DonnaMarieVintage at Etsy.com. Thanks.